Hey everybody, just doing a video outlining different options that people might consider for magazines for their Taurus PT111 Millennium G2. Now in my experience the gun has been very good. I haven't had any malfunctions. I enjoy shooting it for its size. It's actually a pleasant shooter. Trigger leaves a little bit to be desired, but you know, for around the $200, $250 range, what are you going to expect? Problem is, with a gun this cheap, you'd think magazines would be similar. Well, unfortunately, that's where they get you. Magazines, at least in my area, the factory magazines here, the 12-rounders, can be anywhere from $35 to $40, which I like having a lot of extra magazines, but that is just unacceptable to me. So I have gone about trying to find different solutions to my Taurus mag problem. And one of the couple things I found is that online there are several different resources, but none of them really pan all the options together. And I'm going to try and do that here for you today. What we have right here is, of course, the PT111 right here. And then what we have here are the two original 12-round factory mags. Another option that I've read about and tried as far as using snap caps so far is the Taurus 24/7 9mm magazines. Now these are 17-rounders, so that's a nice little added increase in capacity, and it does leave, you know, a little bit of the magazine kind of exposed right here underneath your grip. But if you're like me, that's not that big of an issue, and there are ways actually you can get around that with getting aftermarket spacers for those magazines. I think SIG might offer one for their SIG P226 that fits perfectly with a little bit of dremeling or filing, what have you. So I found a bunch of these, and as you can see here, I have what appears to be 6 right there. And all of them are 17-rounder. All of them are Taurus Millennium, or Taurus 24/7 rather, magazines. And some of them have the yellow follower, some of them have the black. The thing I noticed you want to look for is the magazine catch is very slim, like that. I believe the Gen 2 24/7s might have a different catch. I am not 100% certain on that. Someone feel free to comment and correct me if that's the case. Another option, actually the first option that I found out about, is the SIG P226 magazines. Work flawlessly. I've actually tried a couple of these already. The Mec-Gar ones right here, the shiny nickel. Now these are restricted 10-rounders, as are all of these factory SIGs as well. They're all 10-rounders. Although I swear when I was loading them up, I could only get 9 in a couple of them. But they seem to fit. They seem to work. Snap caps on all of these I've tried and they work, and live fire on these and they work just fine. I have since picked up an 18-rounder right here, and we're going to be testing that out today. And one more option that I have heard about, and I've tested with snap caps and it's so-so, is the Canik TP9 right here. I actually have a Canik TP9 as my carry. You see that I took the magazine out because I'm doing the testing on that today. So I just loaded it up with some ball ammo just for the test. When I was using snap caps, this Canik mag worked as far as feeding, but would not lock the slide back. You can tell here that this, the catch slot here in the magazine is just way bigger than on the Taurus, or especially that's the 24/7 or the original PT111 mag. You can see it's about twice the size. So in my experience, to get it to actually work, locking the slide back on the last round, you kind of have to cup the magazine. I wasn't trained to fire that way. So for a range magazine, I assume it would be just fine. But for SHTF, or if you want to use it in some kind of a go bag or any kind of a distressed, personal defense situation, might not be the best option for you. So, as you can see here, we have the 6 24/7 mags. We've got 5 of the 10-round original SIG manufacturer 226 mags. We got 3 Mec-Gar made. This is a Mec-Gar, I forgot to mention. Magazine, also for the 226. 10 round on these 2, and 18 on this one. The original, which we'll start off with, factory 12 rounders, and then as the wild card, we're just going to see how the Canik magazine works today. So I do have a target set up, but I'm really just going to do mag dump after mag dump after mag dump to see the reliability of these magazines. And the beauty part is, actually, all of these magazines, with the exception of the 2 shiny nickel 226 mags and 1 of the 24/7 mags, I picked up at my LGS for $3 a piece. I mean, at that price, if they don't work in this gun, I might just go pick up a SIG P226 or a Taurus 24/7 because I got all these mags for literally dirt cheap. So let's do enough. I think that's enough yakking. How about we do some shooting? I'm going to do my best to try and describe which magazine I'm using at the appropriate time. We're going to start off with the factory 12s. Factory 12. Mec-Gar. SIG P226. Mec-Gar nickel P226. Mec-Gar 18 round 226. Original SIG 10 rounder. Original SIG 10 rounder. Probably only 9 in that one. Original SIG 10 rounder. Original SIG 10 rounder. Original SIG 10 rounder. Taurus 24/7 17. Interesting side note, now I know what it's like when all those people do like 1,000 round mag dumps and their trigger finger gets tired. 24/7 17 rounder. 17 rounder 24/7. We're getting tired in this cold weather. 24/7. 17 round. 24/7. 17 rounder. $17 round 24/7. All those locked back. All those function flawlessly. I got a mess of magazines on the floor now. And it's raining. Some of them are getting rained on. That's not good. Gun's functioning just fine. Flawless. I'm loving this thing. Now, we'll see what the... this, once again, just for your viewing pleasure, is the Canik. You can always tell by that gigantic base plate there. 18 rounder. Let's go. And as expected, did not hold open on the last round, but we are empty. So, as you can see by my pile of magazines there, I'd say this is a pretty successful test. Oh, and all my brass, look at that, just kind of knocked over my personal defense loads that I originally had in the Canik magazine. But yeah, I mean, a whole bunch of brass, whole bunch of shooting. Probably not too many holes on the target, though, I will say. Finger's getting pretty tired at the end there. But yeah, ejected them just fine. All of them, also, you noticed, drop free, which is a big part of my magazine selections. If it doesn't drop free, I usually get rid of the mag or let it sit or, you know, gather dust or whatever. But, yeah, I'd say that's a pretty darn good option. So, to recap, you can obviously pick out the original Taurus Millennium G2 PT111 magazines, the 12 rounders. You can pick up SIG P226 mags, and it doesn't seem to matter if they're 10 round or 18 or 17 or wherever they come in. It seems like they'll work just fine. The Taurus 24/7 mags will also work just fine, provided they have that small slot for the magazine catch. Like I said, I'm not too particularly aware if they changed the magazine, the catch slot inside the magazines for the G2s of the 24/7s, but you know, it's worth a shot. You know, you can always go out there. They're pretty plentiful as far as I've noticed. And even the Konica TP9 magazine will work, and I'm assuming that also goes for all the variants, the TP9 SA, TP9 V2, all those different kinds. I'm assuming will work because I'm pretty sure the mag catch slot is the same on all of those. So there you have it, guys. Plenty of options for you out there. If you're like me and having trouble finding reasonably priced Millennium G2 PT111 mags, but you love shooting it, there you go.